Hey boys, patch notes are here. I don't know about you guys, but it's my favorite part of Warhammer 2 these days. Patch notes. All our hopes and dreams and the future relies on this wall of text. Let me just put a Kekwi counter on the screen. And okay. For duration of these patch notes, the Kekwi is also gonna be half price, but guys, moderation. Still 10k. Let's see if this is really the biggest update for Warhammer 2. It's possibly the last update. I mean, the last big update, I guess. So I guess we're gonna get... we might get... cold fixes in 3 months. God damn it, don't use Kekwi already. We just started. Using Kekwi in vain. Okay. Let's two. Oh boy. I do. Okay. Wait for something to... Wait for the Kekwi moment, guys. Don't just spam Kekwi, goddammit. I'm not gonna make it half the price. Okay, let's get on to reading. Oh boy. Guys, did you read the patch notes ahead of me? That's not cool. That's not cool. Okay, stop it now. Stop it now. Let's go. Let me just open my Twitch. Twitch does not know word moderation. It does not exist. Okay, got me some iced coffee. Still gotta stay up for another 8 hours. Copium. Yes, that's the shit. So, let me just lower the volume on this a bit. Okay. Total War Warhammer 2, the Hammers and Herdstones update. So this is the review for the Hammers and Herdstone update video. Let's start reading. Welcome to the latest patch for Total War Warhammer 2 version 1.12 Hammers and Herdstones, as well as the support for our various DLC and free DLC offerings coming out tomorrow. This update has plenty of new bits and pieces to get your teeth into, be they beastly fangs or dwarven dentures. Hold on. Google, what is a denture? Okay. Artificial replacement. Fake teeth. What the... Holy shit, look at this! Hopefully it's not half of its pictures. Okay, let's see. This automatic update arrives alongside the Silence and the Fury Lord spec. That's the DLC that's coming tomorrow. Bringing with it many content revisions, balances, bug fixes. They mentioned bug fixes here. And quality of life improvements to the Eye of the Vortex and the Mortal Empire's campaigns. There is also a batch of free DLC available with this update. The Great Brave Shaman and Ogre Mercenaries via Total War Access and Torek Ironbro via Steam. Another Kekwi. Okay, I'll take it. Number 6. So, Total War Access gives 2 things. Great Brave Shaman sounds like a Beastman Wizard Lord. And Ogre Mercenaries, I'm not sure what it is. We'll see. What's the link here? Ogre Mercenaries answer the call to slaughter in Total War Warhammer 2. Hungry, we got a delicious helping of news for you today. The Silent of Your DLC and the associate patch will bring a host of free and paid content. In addition to Beastman, the Dwarf reworks, 2 new Legend Lords. Okay, so they're basically just telling what is gonna come. And the Ogre's gonna come as a mercenary unit. Ogres, Man-Eaters, Mornfang Cavalry. Looks like 3 new units. I'm not sure what a mercenary mean. Might be available to all factions. It's quiet. What is quiet? Alexis, yoo-hoo. The Kekvi is quiet. Okay. Let's just continue with this. This there was a separate thing. I guess they were adding all the Total War block stuff. Let's see. I didn't go through all of them because it would feel like just a bunch of teasing to the big thing. So this is how it looked like. So basically, we went through the reveals. We haven't checked this, or these 3. This is kind of pointless. This is hyping. And I guess this talk about the dwarves and they talk about the ogres. I guess we can see this also in the game. So it's basically just more reveals. Patch notes is what matters. Where were we? Okay, Total Rexes. Okay. So the Great Brave Shaman and Ogre Mercenaries are through the Total War Access. So you have to log into your Total War Access. You need to link your Steam and then you have to claim it. It's the only way you get it. And Torek Ironbrow is via Steam, so it's gonna be a free LC which you just click install if you have the game. So this is not added automatically. You have to click these things when the patch releases. Even if you haven't purchased the Silence and the Fury, Taurox and Oxyotl and their attendant factions will appear in your campaigns under AI control. Alongside a huge... it's just, guys, I'm just kidding. It just says huge. Huge number of fixes, quality of life improvements, and unit balance changes. Both the Beastmen and the Dwarves have had substantial updates to bring their campaign experiences in line with newer content. Please note, this update may affect your current campaigns and make any mods you're using unstable. We have released an opt-in beta for the previous version of the game to enable you to finish any current campaign saves you have on the go. So this might direct a Pirates campaign. Anyways, in your Steam, okay, this is where you check the versions. You want to play different versions. So what is this? In loving memory. I want to highlight that this page is dedicated to the memory of Kevin Lloyd, QA functionality tester. He'll be immortalized in game with a starting hero for the Vampire Counts, Sylvania factions, named Kevin Lloydstein, with some special traits that present the man himself. This dedication comes from his family. Oh, nice. Adding special traits. Maybe they fixed the vampire traits. For Kevin, a loving husband, father, son, and brother, we will always remember how you followed your dreams in life and work. Your passion for games and Warhammer. So happy you found your place. You will be forever missed. Kevin. F for Kevin, boys. Rest in peace. Okay. Sheltered Mothers. So what does this say? The Silence and the Fury DLC and accompanying content tackles a lot of areas that have been long requested for a do-over by our community. So a big shout out to the fantastic modding community who have provided some awesome options to players in the meantime, in particular. Dwarf Rune Crafting, Dwarf Grudge Reworks, King Oracle, Torgodon. So basically this all existed as mods, but we're now getting it officially. Okay, on the next thing. Beastman rework. Emboldened by the rampaging of Taurox, the Beastmen explode from the shadows to wreak havoc. The Beastmen have undergone some ferocious faction. Just one moment. I'll just lower this a bit. Ferocious faction fertling in order to make their campaigns more fun, engaging, and lore-tentic in execution. Their new features, systems, and resources focus on high mobility, with rewards and progression gained through expanding levels of bestial destruction. The Wards of Dread. Dread is a new resource for Beastmen and is gained through completing missions, raising settlements, and winning battles, where higher casualties bring greater rewards. Dread can be spent invoking the favor of dark gods using the new rewards of Dread panel, where many elements of your faction's progression are unlocked. These rewards unlock legend lords and heroes for use, grant new magic items, and upgrade many aspects of your faction. Upkeep costs have also been removed from all Beastmen units, so unit caps are now the chief limiting factor for the armies, and this can be expanded via the rewards of Dread. I feel like this Dread, mechanic could also be put for the vampire counts. Rework their dark magic as a whole mechanic of the faction. I'm just getting ideas in my head. So maybe Warhammer 3 vampire counts rework first or last. Blood Grounds. The Beastmen can select regions of the map and turn them into their own personal playgrounds for slaughter and mayhem. These are known as Blood Grounds. A Blood Ground is created when the player wins a settlement battle and erects a Herdstone in the settlement's place. This converts the region plus nearby regions into a Blood Ground. As the player engages in destructive activities in the Blood Ground, such as raiding, winning battles, and raising settlements, its devastation level rises. Certain technologies, Herdstone buildings, and skills can further increase these devastation gains. When that devastation has been regenerated, the player can perform a Ritual of Ruin. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a chaos mechanic. Let's zoom on the page a bit. Sure. There you go. Yeah, holy shit, the letters are so big now. Where were we? Okay, Rituals of Ruin. Big letters. Perform Ritual of Ruin changes the Blood Ground into Devastated Blood Ground. All generated devastation is converted into Marks of Ruination, a key progression resource, and increases the player's Herdstone cap by 1. And man, this all sounds very exciting. All very exciting, can't wait to see in the game. Ruination is tracked at the top of the campaign screen. When certain ruination thresholds are met, key bonuses are granted, including increased unit and army caps, reduced construction costs, and further Herdstone shards. Devastated Blood Grounds. Devastated Blood Ground is a chaos-tainted, corpse-strewn hellhole, which is very difficult for any non-Beastmen faction to function within. As long as the Herdstone remains standing, other factions cannot colonize any ruined regions in its associated Blood Ground. A Herdstone can be removed by attacking and destroying it like any other settlement. The shit. Remember, boys, how we dreamed of, preventing some Vecamolling, at least, somewhat, if not completely. Dark Moon. Okay, here comes to the, what is it right now, guys? Hold on. Excuse me for interrupting. Hold on, where's the Beastman, yo? Yeah. Dark Moon, a powerful recurring event that provides significant bonus to Beastman armies. That's the current, explanation for Dark Moon. Okay, what it says there. Dark Moon feature has been updated. Now Beastmen receive constant effects based on the state of the moon. And there are no longer downsides associated with the full moon dilemmas. Can you have the Tomb King music? Sure. You can. Okay, character and faction effects. Okay, let's see what they have here. All existing Beastmen Lords now will lead their own separate factions on the campaign map. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, this means no longer, they're all under one faction. And then, Elich, you boring fuck, why can't you play Morgur for once? Or Khazrak? Why you always have to start with Malagur? Malagur is the best. But, now they're separate factions. Now we can, play the, I want to play that faction. Now, when we play Beastmen, we can just play, different faction. It's just like others, what others, Okay. Beastman number 50. So the Beastmen now will have all their separate factions. Elish, you boring fuck, why can't you play Trog with a troll and giant doomstack? Archmagnus, did you miss my Norse campaign? The sellout one? Okay. Additionally, all Beastmen legendary lords and generic characters have received revamped faction and lord effects. Some of the highlights. Oh man, I hope they didn't fuck up Malagor. Malagor had amazing campaign effects, faction effects. Kazrak now grants Vanguard deployment to Bestigors and poison attacks to Ungors. Vanguard deployment to Bestigors, so you're gonna get Zerg even faster. Bestigors are already one of the fastest heavy infantry in the game. Malagor now uses a hybrid lore of magic and gets greatly increased movement range in Beast Pet stance. Ooh. One of the weakest point of the Beastmen right now is their campaign movement range. But, you know, they have the best hiding chance. Morgul grants additional buffs to the Chaos Spawn. Additional buffs to the Chaos Spawn? Oh, that's interesting. Does it mean this additional buffs means that instead of, you know, picking left or right, he now can pick both and nothing new has been added? Could they just mean that? Including the ability to hand them powerful banners. Ooh. Yeah, this is what I like to see. I would like to see Morgul turning Chaos Spawn into absurdity. He now also applies attrition to nearby enemy forces while raiding. Huh. Oh, and Malagor can also fly now. Look at him go. God damn! Malagor flying. I think we're gonna have to play more than one Beastman campaign. Dwarf rework. With the arrival of Torek Ironbrow and his intense frown of disapproval, we had no choice but to grant the redoubtable Davi the same love and attention that other old world races have received. Huh? What? Who? Bugs, game-breaking stuff with the Empire, vampires being on life support, and the Greenskin was still bugged. This overhaul touches nearly all aspects of the Dwarf faction and shared mechanics, not at least grudges and crafting. So what do we have here? Grudges. The grudge bar has been expanded with more tiers and more significant effects granted at each tier. This is what I wanted. This is like, what did I say, guys? Longer bar, more effects. Makes sense. Now growth +2. Clearing grudges is now more attainable, making the system more balanced and rewarding. Your legendary lord's grudge level grants increasing stat boosts and influences how many wandering slayers he can recruit. Wandering slayers? New unit. Wandering slayers. Or maybe they change how the slayers work. Huh. Wandering slayers, there we go. Slayers may still be recruited in settlements as normal, however, they will also become available in the regiments renowned recruitment pool. Ah, so for the people who, you know, don't use slayers because, you know, they go poof to them for them. In direct relation to your faction's grudge level. When the grudge bar is full, many dwarves will feel shame and will choose to walk the path of the slayer. When it is low, fewer dwarves will feel the need to swear slayer oaths and the pool will replenish more slowly. Wow. Just, you know, click, bunch of slayers and the campaign is going badly. Legendary grudges. Each dwarf legendary lord begins play with 4 unique legendary grudges in the Damas Kron. Damn. Is Damas Kron? It's Kron? G? I thought it was K. Kron. Just Google that shit. That's a typo, guys. That's a typo. That's going in the book. They mistyped the name of the Book of Grudges. Which inform the flow of their campaign. So unique grudges, that sounds interesting. Torek Armor begins with 8, relating to the artifacts it needs to locate. So here's some even more special, so it starts with more. These grudges have a higher severity rating and add a sense of progression to grudges. Legendary grudges award considerably more old gold than generic grudges, and in some cases powerful buffs or unique master runes. The old gold was already very easy to get. Hopefully they added more old gold stuff you can spend old gold on. Okay, new post-battle options. Some post-battle options for dwarves have been altered to improve them thematically, given the Davi's relationship with and attitudes towards specific races. This can grant bonuses for defensive play and provide a valid new source of old gold. So even more source of old gold. I guess the rune stuff will use old gold now. So there are different possible options here. Ransom captives, ransom prisoners for old gold, drink to victory province buff, take on captives replenishment. Maybe they adjusted the replenishment values. Victory versus hated races. Greenskin scale, vampire count scales, execute and loot, you get old gold, drink to victory province buff. So they made it more flavorful and more thematic. It's like no longer ransoming captives for money. Okay, this now it makes a little more sense instead of called pasta. Victory versus not so hated races, humans, elves, etc. Ransom captives, ransom prisoners for old gold, drink to victory province buff. Character infection effect tweaks. Let's see what we got here. Torgrim. As High King of the Dwarves, all the Torgrim's provincial commandments are now more powerful. Are they finally making Torgrim faction effects make a little bit more sense? Torgrim also gains additional bonuses from setting grudges. Before unique follow-up incidents for all grudge missions. Tribute from the Crab's Guild's gold, tribute from the Taints, old gold diplomatic bonus with dwarf factions, tribute from the Brewers faction with public order and growth, tribute from the Slayers, more wandering Slayers added to the original renown pool. Lord effects, bonus physical resistance and guardian effect for hammerers. Torgrim now begins play with a master engineer hero. Ooh, so Grumberdal also begins a master engineer hero. Never mind. Never mind. We'll see if they got reworked. It looks like Grumberdal is still with High King. Never mind. Moving on. Grumberdal now begins. Okay. 10 heroes now have 3 new skills. Finally, some a little bit more flavor. Keeper of the Gate. Guardian effect for self. Vigor loss reduction for hammerers. Ironbeard. Bonus fire resistance. Imbues flammable effect. Bonus ammo for iron breakers and iron breaks. Huh. More ammo for the iron breakers. We're gonna be throwing explosives for days. The Taints don't really fit armies considering the other heroes. So adding more skills to them to consider them as an option makes sense. Wanderer. Vanguard and strong effect for self. Grant snipe to rangers. So shenanigans, huh? Let's see next. Engineers. The engineer skill tree has been reworked, allowing you to specialize the character as a long-range sniper or a close-quarters shotgun-wielding bruiser. So, guys, as I was looking at the skill tree of the Gunnery White in the Pirates of the campaign, I was thinking, when are they going to adjust the Master Engineer tree to, make sense, like this guy being a, proper range character? And now we're getting a Gunnery White treatment for the engineer as well. Runesmiths now have a new skill tree to reflect the changes to rune magic, see below, and can now unlock 2 special embedded army actions: harden armor and sharpen weapons. Oh man, I'm already hardened here. Runesmiths, hopefully they added a couple more portraits so I can use 2 runesmiths in the army, not 1. Rune crafting. The rune crafting system has been much expanded, with the goal of allowing players to create rune combos for characters in order to customize them with interesting, varied, and powerful upgrades. Because, the dwarf characters are not powerful already. Then we need to make them more powerful. A large number of new character runes and banner runes have been added to the game. Players now have a broader choice for character and army improvement through character runes, buffing the character's performance, and banner runes, unit banners, and artillery buffs. God damn! We can buff the units too? Players can craft these runes through the new character rune and banner rune tabs in the Forge. Each rune crafting ritual in the Forge can only be performed once, but each ritual will generate 3 runes to use across multiple characters. Master runes can also be crafted, which produce a single powerful rune. I don't remember Empire getting anything special for their heroes when they get their rework. Dwarf characters now have 3 dedicated character rune slots, so equipping character runes doesn't take up any other equipment slots. However, banner runes which benefit units in their army can also be added under the followers. Runes and banners pane in the runes and banners pane in the character panel. Okay. Rune Magic. Rune Magic has had an overhaul to bring its effectiveness, tactical flexibility in battle into line with the lores of magic wielded by other races, while still very pointedly not magic. There are 6 runes of magic which can be used by rune lords, runesmiths, and Torek. There are also 6 master runes of magic, more powerful versions with longer cooldowns, which can only be used by rune lords and Torek Ironbrow. So Torek Ironbrow is a legendary lord runesmith. When a rune is used in battle, it puts all dead character runes into a shared cooldown period. Campaign changes, Beastmen. Okay, so this is basically what's highlights, the Beastmen, the dwarves. So we you guys notice this is supposed to be a DLC for the Lizardmen and the Beastmen. Meanwhile, they go immediately into the Beastmen and the the dwarves. Lizardmen getting another lord with shit mechanics and nothing really added to the faction as a whole. God damn, man, I can already see it. But hey guys, we get now another lord for Lizardman. Okay. Okay. Hey, too, so it's a Lizardman today. Okay. There'll be 9k quiz and we are not even onto the quarter of things. Goddamn. Campaign changes. So nothing highlight for the Lizardman. What? We goes from Beastmen and the dwarves into more Beastmen and dwarves. What's the highlight for the Lizardman? Traits. Free-footed. Remove trait from Lord and Hero trait generation for the Beastmen. Nurgle's Foul Stink. Previously enemy leadership block reach -5. Now enemy leadership block reach -4. Oh damn, man, they know what's up. They know what's up. Look at this. So we need to spam even more heroes now. Why not just make it -10 so we don't have to spam heroes and wait the whole campaign to get 3 heroes? They really don't get it, man. They want us to game the game harder to get the fun stuff. Instead of just making it properly -10, so we don't have to wait 6 heroes to do -30. Because if you want to get it, you're gonna get it, right? Boost cravings. Previously -10% upping for sending girls and +3 crew rank sending girls, now possibility rowdy and +4 leadership. Oh, that's actually not bad. Dwarves Technology Tree. Okay, let's see. Also, loyalty now also provides percentage points to dwarves. Thank God, finally. Finally, they remembered that dwarves exist. So we get better diplomacy with the humans, elves, and lizardmen, but not with dwarves. They remember the dwarves exist. So this has been fixed. This technology used to be plus relations with all the factions in the game, and they just changed it to a couple of factions, order factions, but they forgot about the dwarves. It took them a couple of years to fix it, but they fixed it. Storage walls now also provide +2 siege holdout time. Grand Throne Chamber, lower rank from +1 to +3, nice. Sea Stones now also provides +10% ambush defense chance against the Skaven now. Militia training, melee attack defense +2 for dwarf warriors and -2 +3. Still no buffs for the longbirds, huh? Marching songs, speed +5% for infantry units to +10%. And this stuff makes sense. This stuff makes sense. Good changes, but it looks like they forgot the longbirds again. This buff used to be +5/+5, and they lowered it to +2/+2. Now it's back to +3. Tales of Many Wars now also provides +1 recruit for Thanes. Improved gyrocopter engines now also enables fires while moving for gyrocopter units. Okay, that's cool. Small rework of building chains and unit positions to allow for more unit variety and easier access to hero recruitment. Okay, I like the sound of that. The 2 new landmark buildings added: Lost Underway Junction and Iron Bros weapon shops. 2 new landmarks for dwarves. Dwarves already have the most landmarks in the game. Now we get even more. Okay, now we are the Lisbon boys. What? There's 3 lines. New technology effects have been added, which grant all skink units poison attacks and vanguard deployment. Oh, that's cool. Most skink units now have the quick learner trait, reducing the amount of experience required for them to gain ranks. So they even get experience faster. Huh. Several building chain changes. Secondary building requirements are moved from the several units, thank god. Towers are now only available from tier 2, previously tier 1, thank god. But still the Terran Riders are now available in tier 2, previously tier 3. But not changed for the cold ones. Why they do these changes so they forget about the cold ones? Cold ones, yo. They're still tier 3 with the horn ones. Still in this tier 2 now. Norska. Smaller reshuffle of Norskan units within the building tree to allow for more unit variety. Huh? Maybe they added the units to the lower tier. Like the tier 1 building of the Empire, allowing like 3 or 4 units. Battle changes, quality of life changes. Malagor is clear for takeoff. The Malagor can fly now. Okay, let's see. For almost 5 years, the Crow Father has been waiting for the right moment to take her to the skies. With the Beastman rework now in full effect, the time has come to spread his wings. Durrot. And Nighthawk, thank you for your support. Malagor now flies by default, but works like any other flying unit in the sense that he must land to fight enemies on the ground. While flying, he can still cast spells. Hopefully, he'll not get ganked by the unit of Felbats, which opens up a whole realm of possibilities for Beastman spell-focused gameplay. Flying wizards are the king. We hope that this long requested change elicits a raucous chorus of mooing amongst the Beastman players. All 3 of them. I think Ned is one of them. Ned the Goat. Beastmen now have Feral Manticores. The Beastmen now have recruit Feral Manticores on the board Companion Battle. Unit cards. Ooh, what do we have here? Unit cards? Man, I've been depressed about the unit cards ever since the release Clan Molder. Neurotic, right? What they said. The Beast, we have taken on board the community feedback regarding the unit cards on the past 2 DLC. Yeah, that was shit. Releases, and we are pleased to announce that alongside the new unit cards in the Silence and the Fury, the unit cards on the board Warning Punch and Twisted Valley have been remade to higher quality. We hope you enjoy them. This is great stuff, you know, because they need to definitely keep working on upgrading the unit cards, because as the more shit gets added, the difference becomes clear. You know, it's like some of the Empire unit cards look pretty bad compared to the new stuff. It doesn't even look like it's made by the same person. This thing actually looks proper now. I couldn't even see the spear the first time. The Cav unit. The green skins. Damn. Look at the Feral Manticore. Actually looks like a scary unit. Ooh, damn. Man, look at this. We need to play a high elf campaign. Look at it. Look at the spears, the outfits, the bows. Yeah, this is some nice stuff. For the high elves, it almost looks like they got one of them Magic the Gathering card artists. And the Skaven. Praise Horned Rat. Guys, hold on. Let me just show you this shit, man. This shit has caused me brain damage, suffering, physical and emotional pains. Where the hell is he? Where the hell is he? Hold on. Look at this shit. Look at this unit card. It looks like somebody finished a half test work, just saved it, and you know, released that shit. Look at this. Look at this crap. This gotta be the lamest, laziest art ever created in a history of video games on you know, small indie companies. Literally small indie company unit card. And look at it now. Holy fuck. You can actually tell the difference now. You can actually tell the difference. Show Grom. Yeah, this one also looks really bad. The snortling pump wagon spiky roller. It's like, what the fuck is that? I have to kiss the screen to actually see. What the fuck is that? I can't really tell. It almost looked like there's a podium for a gobot to talk to a snortling to talk to other snortlings. It's like a public gathering or something. Can't really see how the picture. You really have to just connect your eyes with the screen contact to actually even see this shit. Looks like a hill. It looks like it's about to rain. You know, and the snortlings are doing a public gathering and doing a speech. That's like how it looks to me. And these are the new ones. The new ones look pretty awesome. You can clearly tell the difference between them. Okay, so what do we have next? Okay. Passive ability recharge display. Previously, it was difficult gauging the performance of units such as Black Coach, which has possibilities that require charging up in combat before they're activated. These abilities simply would not appear in the bottom section of the unit info panel until they had been activated. Yeah, true that. To alleviate this problem, any possibility that is currently recharging is now displayed on the unit info panel in the same area that abilities are currently affecting a unit are displayed. When the recharging ability is hovered over, the recharge time and recharge context are displayed. In the case of the Black Coach, for example, the UI will communicate the time needed to recharge the ability, and the coach needs to be in melee combat in order to recharge it. Once the context has been met and the coach is in melee, the total will feature a dynamic countdown as well. So the players can exactly see how much time is left before the ability kicks in. Okay, great guys. Now they just need to make that unit usable, and we can finally use it. 3K quiz. Yeah, that fits. Play coach, guys. One day we're gonna be reaping. But this is definitely a thing that's missing. A lot of stuff like this is missing in the game. The fact it's dynamic it makes it actually look like a proper game. It's almost like they hired the guy from StarCraft 2. Maybe the Blizzard dumped some of their devs. Yeah, it's like one too many kekvis here. Guys, moderation, remember? Remember moderation? The recharge context and recharge times are also displayed in tooltips for active abilities as well. This is a change that exposes more information to players using these abilities, and we hope will aid in tactical decision making. Yeah, yeah. Now I was making my piece, we're not gonna get this update in real time, but it looks like they actually finally decided to fix this. This is like this feels like a random thing to fix now, but you know, better late than never, right? Ability active and maybe they'll fix this in Warhammer 3 and they're just applying it to Warhammer 2 now. Ability active and recharge display radials. The way active and charging abilities were displayed in the past was fairly unintuitive. So we have changed this behavior. Abilities had either a red or green ring around the icon when they were active based on if they had a negative debuff effect red or positive buff effect green. Also, the way that the shaded radial timer on the ability icon displayed the same regardless of whether the ability was active or recharging. All in all, it was tricky to figure out whether the ability was recharging at a glance. Now, when an ability is active, there's a green ring around the icon and the shaded radial display on the button fills up. Okay, so you actually see the duration being active more clearly. When an ability is charging, will now have a red ring around the icon and the shaded radial display on the button gradually unfills. The shaded radial and the icon icon ring color behavior is now also true for passive abilities that are currently in effect for recharging as well. Our aim was to enable players to quickly tell what abilities are currently active and what is currently recharging. Even if they were reading it from a static screenshot of the game, achieving this before was a lot trickier, but now the interaction is easier to follow. Okay, one moment, guys. Okay. Too long, don't read. Green ring and green ring on the ability icon equals abilities active. Red ring on the ability icon equals abilities recharging. Okay. Okay, what do we have here? Precursor missile weapons. Precursor missile weapons have been improved, although this only applies to the Chameleon Stalkers unit right now. We thought it would be worth mentioning what the interactions are, since it is a type of missile that has existed for a while in the database. Here are the details of how it interacts now, based on whether fire at will is enabled or not. If fire at will is enabled, the unit will have more flexibility to skirmish and will automatically attack any unit that is within its missile weapon range. 50 meters for the Stalkers. This means they can use the unit defensively if you so wish. If fire at will is disabled, the unit will only fire at a target that is explicitly ordered to attack, will only attack when charging. The charge distance on Stalkers has been made equal to their missile weapon range, so there will be no disadvantage of being a bit more precise. Yoo-hoo! Thank you, doll. The Chameleon Stalkers also have a new bullet point on their unit info panel that explains this as well. Okay, what is next? Chariot collisions. The soft collision volumes on the Tazgord Chariot and Orgborg Chariots have been optimized. Here is a quick explanation. In Warhammer 2, chariots have collision volumes that cover each of the three elements that the unit consists of: the draw animals, the articulation point, the point at which the chariot bends, and the chariot itself. Discovered the collision volume on the articulation point was typically a lot longer than it needed to be, so when the chariot made a turn, a whole bunch of collision would be sticking out of the side of the unit. When enemy units are bunched up against your chariot, unit's collision volume slows them down exponentially based on how many entities are touching the collision volumes. You can now imagine that a turning chariot with massive collision on its articulation point would expose a lot of additional collision for enemies to bunch up against and slow the chariot down. So chariots gonna get less stuck now, at least the big ones. The collision on the articulation point has now been reconfigured to an appropriate size, which has significantly increased the collision attack performance, lessen the thickness of these chariots, Razagors in particular. Okay. Only for the Beastman chariots. Yeah, they had the big this articulation point. This basically means, guys, the Beastman chariots will get stuck less in a bunch of entities. The orcs or the orc chariot as well, but there's a poop building, so who cares? Unit categories and icons. The Lisbon roster has undergone a noticeable change this time around. A lot of monster units have been moved around into more appropriate categories that make the roster feel a lot more intuitive to access. A lot of single entity Lisbon monsters have their own bespoke unit category icons now, from the mighty Dread Saurian right down to the spiny Herdstones. This way players should be able to tell the difference between these units at a glance. Manticores also have their own unique unit category icon now. Okay, what is this next? Spells and abilities, movement speed. All spells and abilities that affect movement speed have had their values adjusted. The previous standard for the vast majority of abilities was 24, 48 and 72%. This has now been changed to 25, 45 and 60%. This affects both positive and negative effects. This change should now make it easy to calculate the speed changes for units on the fly during a battle. Speed increases beyond a certain threshold for units do not always increase their speed, due to animation limitations and ensuring unit cohesion when moving as a group. This change brings the number displayed closer to reality of the speed the unit will move at. More than a dramatic reduction of 72% to 60% also serves as a balancing trick to abilities that were previously felt too punishing. So spells and abilities resistances. All spells and abilities that affect the various types of resistance, physical, magic, flame, missile, ward save, have had their values adjusted. The previous standard for the vast majority of abilities was 22, 44, 66%. This has now been changed to 24 and 60%. This affects both positive and negative effects. This change should now make it easy to calculate changes in damage mitigation for units on the fly during a battle. So like Shield of Thorns, for example. Just for the spells and abilities. We already had unit balancing? What the hell? Is this all unit balancing? Goddamn multiplayer, what the... so what do we have? Kazrak here on his chariot. He has more defense now, considerably more defense, more attack, less charge, more RPS damage, more anti-infantry. So holy shit, Kazrak got buffed on his chariot, so Kazrak is stronger than ever. So Kazrak got a good buff. So the Razagor chariots, I guess, got buffed for the lords. This is deadlier now, with better melee abilities. So what's with Malagor? Got more mass, can fly, spell or change from Lord Wild to Mixed Lord with the following spells. Enfabling 4, this is from the shadows to debuff attack and defense. He got Flock of Doom, the AoE damage from the Lord of Beasts. Penumbral Pendulum from the shadows, the sight in a line, they cross the line. Doom and Darkness, oh no. Mantle of Gorok, the offense buff, and Savage Dominion to, I think, the summon Savage Dominion, I think is that to summon Sigor? Or the Mela Manticore? But didn't Malagor already had a summon Sigor? Huh, basically they tell you the whole list here, huh? No Wild Tide? They removed Wild Tide? God damn it, don't give me Doom and Darkness and take away Wild Tide. So he no longer has Wild Tide, no longer has the Flock of Doom version of his the other one. I guess the Flock of Doom is fine over the other one, but no Wild Tide. Wild Tide is like Brimburster. Morgor, oh man, poor Morgor. This has more mass. The Brave Shamans and the Chariots are also stronger now as well. The Razgor Chariots got buffed significantly. I mean, look at this difference. This is massive, massive update. The Brave Shamans are gonna be better than ever in Mela. Gorbul has more base leadership, less charge, less attack, but the mass is increased massively. This changes are not really relevant that much. This 3. Losing 2 attack kinda sucks. It could be worse, could be just 1, right? +1, -1 changes, what a waste of time. But the Razgor Chariots, yeah, that's the change to the Chariot. So what do we have with Minotaurs? Minotaurs lost some charge and attack as well. They got 10 more leadership. So all Minotaurs lost 2 charge and 2 melee attack. But they gained 10 leadership. The Great Weapon lost 4 charge and 2 attack. This one lost 4, this one lost 2. So some attack loss, huh? Manticore can be recruited like other units, no longer only summoned via Lord Beast or Beastman. Hear that, boys? You now recruit Manticore as with Beastman, 1 more unit for the Beastman. The roster is getting bigger every day now. So after buffing Cygor's health like twice, they decided to nerf it now. Huh. The Cygor health is obscene. It makes it very annoying to shoot it. Because he stays in the back and just shoots you. Okay, what do we have? Bretonia here. Battle Pilgrims lost 2 attack. And they lost 1 damage. Grail Relic lost 2 attack. Various K-Quiz, boys. They buffed the defense on the trebuchet. I guess it was getting sniped by the dogs and shit. It's actually a big nerf for the Battle Pilgrims. So Hellburn lost 2 attack. 2 attack on foot, 2 attack on her horse. She gained 2 attack on her Cauldron of Blood, but she gained 6 defense on Cauldron of Blood. That is actually significant on Cauldron of Blood. Take less damage now. On Manticore also lost 2 attack. Dead Hags have lost 2 attack and 5 anti-infantry. Damn, that's actually a big nerf to the Dead Hag. This is a loss that impressive dueling capabilities against another infantry character. Witch Elves lost 2 attack. Sister of the Singing Doom Witch Elves lost 3 attack. Bloodwreck Medusa, what do we have here? Project calibration distance 45 to 65, more accurate. Okay. Trick projectile spawn position to help fire over allies, okay, that's nice. Missile bonus was infantry 0 to 10. Okay, Bloodwreck Medusa got buffed, so the range projectile will be better now. Doomfire Warlock and 4 defense, then they're now even harder to kill when they just go banzai into your crowd and explode. War Hydra got 6 defense. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. This was the weakest point of the War Hydra in melee defense. The Hydra, just shoot it or just, you know, poke it, but now 6 defense is actually massive buff for the Hydra. The War Hydra is a really solid unit. That's huge. It has regeneration and it goes head, so it's very hard to kill. Now this, you have to shoot it now even more than before. That's huge. Look at the Chill of Saunter, 7 defense, it's massive. Defense on regeneration units, they're actually good. Wow, that's huge. Holy shit, Charybdis gained 8 defense? Get the fuck out of here. Okay, these multiple changes, they're not sometimes that bad. 8 defense, just like that. Bang, 8. This is pretty much removes the AI bonus to attack. Charybdis is like a whole new level now of defense. It's like I need a 30% increase. Sisters of Slaughter got more attack and more defense. So, look at this multiplayer logic, guys. They nerfed the Witch-Elves, but they buffed the Sisters of Slaughter. But the Witch-Elves are absolute dog shit in campaign, while the Sisters of Slaughter are amazing. Look at this multiplayer logic, guys. Okay, Dwarves changes next. Thorgrim can, who has a... he has even more mass now. Can hide in the forest. So the character on Mount's got a massive increase. Hey, Conk. So what do we got here? Runesmith. Swap the item. Master Rune of Grot 1 Eye for Armor and Shield and Custom Bell. This is Custom Bell stuff, who cares? Custom Bell, Custom Bell, Custom Bell, Custom Bell, Custom Bell, who cares? No Gremlins Ironbreakers. Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! They buff one of the most powerful units in the game with 5 melee attack. Just like that. Good plus 5 attack. Hammers got 4 more defense, the Pigate Guard. Ooh. What do we have here? Look at it! Look at it! Hammers splash attacks from 1 to 2, if it works. God damn! Might actually, you know, might actually, a little bit more flavor. 2 more attacks for the hammers now, huh? They have massive damage. A lot of damage is overkill. Which means they'll need to attack less, they'll also tire less, and just gonna kill units faster. They only have a very high offense. So Ironbreaker's got 4 melee attack, holy shit. What the fuck? Acrid minus Lost Frenzy. Oh man. It's like they were good because of Frenzy. Now they're just basically gonna drop explosives and die. Gyrocopters. Improve the response times when ordered to stop and fire. Empire. What do we have? Oh my god. Oh my god, again? This is like what, the 3rd or 4th time they nerf Flagellants? They only made him tier 3. Get the fuck out of here, man. Greenskins, Wurzak now has 2 less attack, okay. Wurzak have less attack, but he's a little bit faster. They could have... what Frenzy? They didn't mention anything about Frenzy, guys. Well, shouldn't they just put Frenzy as the first change, so this should make sense? You spoilers! We didn't get anything for what frenzy? What are you talking about? They changed frenzy? I mean, we got into that part. Why would they not put frenzy on the top, change to top while being, you know, thing that got changed as a relevant change instead of all this wall of text first? So this shit actually makes sense. Get the fuck out of here, look at this. Savage Orc Boar Boy Biggins. Lost to attack. Now they have 26 attack. A lot of these units, all these units that lost attack had frenzy, right? So they must have done something to the frenzy. But they didn't say anything about the frenzy. This is totally out of order. Yeah, this is all frenzy units lost attack. They increase the speed on the pigs. That's actually a significant boost. The pigs were one of the slowest cavalry in the game. Now they actually get good speed. So there's a lot of these units with the frenzy lost 2 attack. So we'll see what they did to frenzy. Why didn't they just say all units with frenzy, the frenzy got changed, and instead of just half of these patch notes is minus 2 attack? What the fuck? Yeah, this is all frenzy units. The nerf the ancient salamander again. Looks like these are all frenzy changes, so what the fuck they done to frenzy? They didn't list it. Why didn't tell us what they do to frenzy? Just all these units with frenzy got changed attack and damage. Frenzy gives you a little bit... let me just show you in detail without
I am the Wanderer.
So frenzy right now is 8 attack, 8% charge bonus, 15% base weapon damage, not weapon strength, and immune psychology. So they must have buffed the attack on frenzy if everybody lost frenzy. Must have buffed the damage as well. Maybe they finally fixed the frenzy actually buffs damage properly, not just base weapon damage, makes it useless on piercing units. But they haven't still listed what the frenzy does, and they changed the wall text here. It is all units with frenzy, and they didn't tell what they done to the frenzy. So they buff frenzy, but they nerf all these units with frenzy. Is that really a buff to frenzy? I guess on the items and extra stuff, I guess. And it's all frenzy units. Man, this whole page notes is just -2 attack. Oh, they reverted the armor on the Creep Horrors. It used to have 40 armor, they nerfed it to 30, and in Warhammer 2 they put it to 15. They now put it back to 30. Yeah, that's actually significant. And one more defense, so the Creep Horrors got buffed again. You know, a couple more of these small buffs, they might be, you know, a share of their former glory. Yeah, this whole page notes is -2 attack. So, what are they gonna mention what they done to Frenzy here? All spell lore pass cost 100. Ah, this is like cost. Spell miscast explosion unification. There was an inconsistency in how much damage Warhammer 1 Warhammer 2 spell lore miscast explosion will do. All spells now have been unified to the following damage: explosive base damage to 88, explosive AP damage to 100. Rune magic system. Ooh, I do like the look of that. I do like the look of that. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Look at that. What do they say here? The dwarves have been without a comparable magic system to spells used by all the races. I don't like you finally play dwarves in multiplayer, guys. The rune magic system has been created to bring the dwarves into parity with other races while keeping their playstyle unique. Key differences between spells and rune magic. Rune magic does not use Wind of Magic. Once a character uses a rune, all the runes of the character will also be put on a shared cooldown. The rune that has been used exhibits a longer individual cooldown to prevent a repeated casting of the same rune. That makes sense. Rune magic resource is character bound, not army bound like Winds of Magic. Rune magic has a shorter range than spells in general, emphasizing good runes with the rune roll positioning. And guys, imagine all these dwarf players now that, you know, just put that dwarf arm in the corner and just shoot the enemy. Now they have these things to keep in mind as well. How are they gonna manage all that artillery, all that shield wall in the corner? You know, that micro is gonna be too much for them. They're just gonna get overwhelmed with this shit. Notable changes between the old rune abilities and the new rune magic system. Runes can now be overcast to become master runes. Like spells, these are stronger versions of rune but have a risk of miscasting increased cooldown time. The Anvil of Doom mounts innate ability Locus of Power now damages any spellcaster that casts spells within range of Anvil of Doom. 100 meter range. So I get the Anvil of Doom close to the spellcasters. The existing 3 runes of Wrath and Ruin, Order and Steel Negation effects have been modified for the new system. Most notably, Rune of Wrath and Ruin is now targeted explosion, no longer a slow. They removed the slow, man. I like that slow. 3 new runes have been created to bring rune magic on par with spells. Rune of Breaking grants armor, sundering, and increased weapon strength to target ally. Rune of Speed grants melee attack and speed to target allies. Rune of Slowness reduces speed and charge bonus to target enemies. So we got the Rune of Slowness back. So, Lil Va, Vindicative Glare upgraded. AP missile damage 25 to 65, so they become armor piercing again. Wasn't this shit armor piercing before? Less projectiles though. Doesn't look like it might do a little bit more damage now. Lord of Fire, Burning Head, damage lowered again. Did they nerf this shit in the last update? Lord of Death, Aspect of Dread Knight, added causes fear. Oh man, it took them only 5 years. It only added terror, no fear. And everything that causes terror is supposed to cause fear as well. Magical attacks, that actually makes it more useful. Aspect of Dread upgraded. Mm-hmm. A bit cheaper. Soul Blight duration got wrecked. 7 seconds is actually a big nerf. But also reduces AP weapon damage. That's a bit better than ever. Soul Blight also reduces AP damage now. Makes the Soul Blight much better. There's a buff to Soul Blight. Soul Blight looks like one of the better spells for the dead now. Overcast is still 36 seconds and 25% weapon strength. That's noticeable. Infibulum 4 duration got dragged by 5 seconds. And it's 10 on upgraded. Smoke and mirrors. This is then the second nerf to smoke and mirrors on the speed thing. It's 10% now. That's the passives. Lord of Wild basic charge got nerfed by 3%. Evolve. Rarity uncommon to common. Huh? What? There's a spell on an item. Must be a multiplayer stuff. Because it's a slow now and it's a single target. It looks like it's become a miasma. Instead of leadership buff, it's attack buff and speed and damage. Like a better miasma. Depending how many targets it targets. So Wild Tide got more expensive. Then butchered the range. Oh man. I don't like this Wild Tide change. Wild Tide was fine as it was. It does a lot more explosive damage. It made Wild Tide short range. So the wall basically got put in the Wild Tide position, and the Wild Tide is taking the wall position. They want a little bit more explosion damage on the Wild Tide. I don't know. This might be for the worse, but we're gonna have to see. Until Gore got an upgraded version, but doesn't say what it does. It didn't have upgraded version for you, it had just regular. Lore Beasts. Well, the wall was expensive and not reliable, Agatama. I guess in multiplayer it's even worse. So Wyson Valform not only buffs base weapon damage, but also buffs armor piercing weapon damage. Why not just say the weapon strength, so it's both damage? Make it really confusing with this base weapon damage, AP weapon damage. Why not just make the spell buff weapon strength? That's so complicated. Just buff all the damage in the damage types for the weapon. Weapon strength goes into base weapon damage and AP weapon damage. Why not just buff the one weapon strength if it's both? Peep no longer buffs speed, but instead buffs melee defense. So Peep now is 31 second duration. Melee defense. This could be much better for Bretonia. The curse no longer debuffs accuracy because it was pointless. Now debuffs melee defense. Ooh, yeah, the curse is better as well now. Oh, Shield of Suffering got nerfed by 1%. Damn, I guess it's just to, you know, make them round up. Make the, like, the rounded up number. Plague Rage got nerfed again. Oh, man. I guess the Skaven firepower in the Lord of Plague is out of control as it is. This is the second time they nerfed Plague Rage, I think. Yeah, the Plague Rage is very strong. First, I think they nerfed the Vigor Loss, now they've nerfed the speed. They made the Bless Refill cheaper, so we can spam the passive cheaper. Nice. I guess there's a lot of number rounding here. Forge Fire used to buff armor piercing damage in a radius. Now it actually lowers the armor of the enemies in the radius. Rune of Negation AoE to single target. Worth say 40% for 24 seconds. Depending on the range now. I guess I'm gonna have to see. I guess this could be now the rune you actually use on the list. There we go. Frenzy was at the end. Melee attack got increased from 8 to 10, so that's why everybody lost 2. Charge bonus increased from 8% to 10%. And base weapon strength...
Oh
What?
my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
It's not... It's weapon damage, not weapon strength. So they basically made it 10% weapon strength. And I can't even use the proper words here. You see, guys, even devs get confused by this shit. Weapon strength goes into base weapon damage, armor piercing weapon damage. There's no base weapon strength, it's base weapon damage. Now, finally, Frenzy will actually buff damage properly on the units that are armor piercing. So instead of buffing base weapon damage by 15%, which was pointless on unit like Dead Ogres, now we get 10% damage total, which that's actually a big buff to Frenzy. Poison got nerfed. Oh man, they nerfed Gorst. That's actually a big nerf. 9% speed nerf. Why not 20%? Why 15%? What the fuck? From 24 to 15? That's a massive nerf. 5% less damage debuff. Yeah, Gorst Poison had 36% speed penalty. I guess it's gonna be 30 now. Or how they gonna round up, I don't know. Hopefully they remember the Gorst has a special poison. Yeah, that's actually a big nerf to poison. The Skaven Firepower armies got nerfed. They're gonna reach you now more often, but if you apply the pressure right, it should still be fine. Brass Cleaver got buffed from 9 to 10. Oh, nice. So they're rounding up this shit now. Brass Cleaver is an incredible weapon. They're just basically making the numbers sound right. Blood greed. Mm-hmm. This is the Gorbel stuff, Minder stuff, Slaughter Call. I guess they had to change a lot of this stuff because the basement work differently now. So those 4 now become 1, so it takes 1 skill point instead of 4. Okay. So they're making things more rounded, the number-wise. Ooh, the Marathi weapon got buffed, -10. So the rounding up on Marathi actually gave her more penalties for the enemies. So instead of 9, it's 10 now. Enchanting Beauty and her weapon. And those penalties on Marathis are crazy. Literally, you know, I guess she's too beautiful to attack. Everybody loses attack chance and defense chance. Oh man, they're fucking fixing those runes with the unbreakable image psychology and leadership buffs on the units with the highest leadership stuff in the game. Okay, interesting. So this one no longer gives unbreakable, but instead gives a charge as large and it's passive. Flash bomb is now target. You target the enemy. Okay, this is better in some situations, worse in others. Oh, running up here as well, 9 to 10. All this stuff got just rounded down. So they added the change to the chain ability on the fanatics. So it can be used way more often. And this is actually good. You basically stop using them as a ace in the sleeve, and instead the boss had to go into melee instead of just wait for a backup or a big move. So half of these patch notes have been changes to the frenzy and the rounding up of stuff or down. Arc of Sotek added damage over time, countering effect Sotek's poison. So Arc of Sotek has become the Mortis engine. Don't tell shit wizard. Yeah, there's a lot of rounding up here. It's almost like somebody had OCD there. They got a new guy, and that guy is just OCD level, you know, up to 11, and you know, walls and walls of text just rounding up and down and -2 attack. OCD level from 11 to 10. Would you notice a percent change? Okay, let's see what they fixed. Let's see. Let's see if we see any of these bugs. Fixed an issue where interrupting a projectile spell could allow the player to cast it without cast or cooldown inside the cast range. Yeah, experienced that. Fixed an issue that was stopping 365 on Great Stag mounts for Glade Lords and Glade Captains. Okay. Fixed an issue where Glade Riders T-posed whilst they were part of a Hunters of Kronos rogue army. I guess they've seen my early... yeah, this was actually a bad bug. Fixed an issue that had the Dragon Ogres use Zord visual effects for their animations. Chariots no longer collide with invisible dead bodies. Trogs, femurs, line breakers. Ancillaries now apply a rattled effect. Huh? Pick some instances where units did not break their hidden state when they fired whilst moving. Yeah, I've experienced that many times. Stop the damage value tracker from tracking friendly fire damage. Okay, that makes sense. That doesn't track friendly fire damage anymore, like the globes of the Skaven. Those units in the mortars do ridiculous friendly fire, so it just inflates the number crazy. It's only count on the enemy now. Whip of the Agony ability can no longer be cast on artillery. The Eagle Bow ability now has VFX displayed correctly. Fix an issue where an overly harsh moral penalty is applied when the player only has flying units left. Fix a situation where the player is unable to overcast magic missile spells. Fix some instances where Sibels would load incorrectly. No shit. They mean basically they'll just load water and no land and shit and use fight there. Fix the modding issue where univariant color behavior would not match schema data. Scheme data. Mousing between shot types, tooltips, ability will no longer cause the text to become offset. Place some placeholder icons appearing on characters in the post-battle screen for Faction Court of the Nighthawk. Spell Wheels no longer goes bold once they die. What? But they lose their hair when they die? Fix some issues with unexpected holes appearing in Grimgor Ironhide, Black Orc Warboss, and Orc Warboss after their dead animation had played. Unexpected holes, huh? Fix an issue when unit icons could appear beneath the terrains on Black Arc Landing maps. Fixed some terrain height issues on MP Blue Reach River map. Solved an issue where opening and closing the settlement gates on some small settlements would be very loud. Oh man, they almost had me! Almost had me! It's like, it was the closest we got to fixing the gate bug. Arachnarok spiders no longer share the same 3D, 2D porthole in battles. The sound effects of the Warring Cage ability no longer persist after the Lord is wounded, killing battle. Fix a variety of crashes and text issues. Variety of crashes. Okay, that's, you know, yeah, that sounds like, you know, the game will run better, right? No crashes now. They always fix the crashes, but they still exist in the game. Campaign fixes. Fixed an issue where players were unable to complete campaign objectives for certain factions during playthrough where Chaos Invasion was disabled. Army reinforced lines now show when an army is close by. Fix an issue where the player could instantly confederate Vidri and Torogwan as Orion or Drutu in a multiple Mortal Emperor's campaign. Explosives quick kills are now calculated in the post-battle screen. Okay, they didn't calculate before. Fix an instance of broken terrain text to the Witchwood in the Mortal Empress campaign. Fix a crash that could occur when capturing a loader with a Warden's Cage ability. Fixed an issue where very hard legendary settlements require fewer growth points per level than lower difficulty levels. Huh? Does this mean it's gonna take even longer to grow as shit was bugged? Wasn't it fixed in the last patch? I guess they fixed again. UI will now accurately reflect army unit count when teleporting between deep locations whilst recruiting. One marker no longer remains indefinitely if the faction that called is destroyed. Okay, that's fixed. That was annoying to see that green thing the whole time. The active VA target button can no longer be clicked dragged around the map. Fix an instance where VA armies would spawn with larger armies than their parent army. Maybe they fixed the 21 out of 20 finally. Fix issues where VA armies cause the movement point bars of the parent armies displaying correctly and allow usage of ambush stands with no movement points remaining. Okay, looks like we're getting some VA fixes. Man, they fixed the green skin, seems to be fixing green skin shit before they fixed any of the Emperor shit. The Emperor shit got released like, what, 7 months before the green skin shit? So I guess the Empire will not get any fixes. Fixed an issue as Clan Ashen, Ashen Actions information is displayed at the central panel whilst Clan Corners is selected. Fix an issue where the upgrade button for Atal Tamara buildings did not update instantly when selecting an upgrade prison. Fix an issue where UI would not close open correctly when conferring affection with an army without a lord. Fix a variety of crashes and text issues. More fuck fixes to crashes, huh? Nakai will no longer incorrectly give certain regions to imperfections. What? Nakai will no longer incorrectly give certain regions to imperfections. Goddamn, Nakai has downloaded that mod where they just gift regions to other factions. Because he was cheating. We got 20 Kekvis. 21 Kekwi. We get 22. We get 22. Do we get 23 Kekvis? 23. Do we get 24? Get him all the hot boys, 50% off. 24. 25. Okay, stop now. Stop now. Stop now. Stop the cake quiz. No. Don't. God damn it, moderation chat. I'm gonna get a drink. Guys, really, you are at 17k quiz? How's that, 45? Guys, I have to tell you, I'm a little bit disappointed. It's like, I expected wall of text, some interesting Lizardman stuff, but Lizardman got forgotten again. No changes to the blessed spawn and shit. Nothing. Not a single word about it. Where's the Lizardman stuff? What is this, a joke? Half the patch notes were -2 and some OCD dev putting things from 9 to 10 and from 11 to 10. This gotta be the worst patch notes yet. And then, what about the Lizardman? Again, same shit. Now, guys, I have to say I'm disappointed with these patch notes. It's like, we get wall of text with pointless information. Yeah, we always have ninja changes. We're gonna have to experience them ourselves. Okay, boys, so the plans for the campaigns are, we got a campaign in progress with Parasatosa. It might not be might not be able to continue because the update, but we'll try. We'll be starting Dwarves, Beastmen, and Lizardmen in that order, and we're gonna be rotating between the new campaigns for 4 to 6 hours each campaign, depending on the day we play. Working towards short campaign victory or 150 turns. So you guys see all the new shit immediately. Regarding the schedule and Warhammer 2, I'll repeat again, there are raid days Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So those days will be mixed, or one of them might be just WoW. While I'll try to have Monday, Friday, and Saturday Total War only. The Parasatosa campaign continues. We are starting tomorrow first with the Dwarves, of course. And the Beastmen will be after. It'll be a split stream, but it might be a late stream. If these heats continue, I won't be able to play until like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., but it's a bad time to start with Warhammer 2 then, because half the raid days in the week are raid days. So the Total War side of things might start after 11 p.m. in the day, so late streams, because this heat is killing me. I'm having a raid in WoW in an hour or so, so we're not gonna continue this now with Satosa. Instead, I'm gonna go chill and hopefully the temperature drops. I'll see you guys in about 2 hours with WoW raid. Warhammer 2 continues tomorrow with the Dwarves.